This wasn't Liberation Day. It was an iron fist wrapped in a flag. Not a celebration of freedom, but of force. A performance of strength. A message to the world. We're not opening up. We're shutting down. Because when Donald Trump talks about tariffs, he doesn't talk like a politician. He talks like a zealot. This isn't strategy. It's religion. In the 1980s, he bought full-page ads accusing Japan and other countries of laughing at the United States. He went on Oprah and said,
I'd make our allies, forgetting about the enemies you can't talk to so easily, I'd make our allies pay their fair share.
Decades before the White House, this was already his thing. So now when CEOs scream, prices rise, markets panic, when his own voters cry in remorse, he doesn't blink. Because for Trump, tariffs aren't leverage, they're ideology. And even when he does retreat, it's never real. A 90-day pause here, a delay there, not strategy, not reconsideration, just stalling. Because no matter the pressure, no matter the cost, he's not letting go of this idea. Let's be clear. Tariffs aren't inherently dumb. They can be useful, targeted, strategic, precise, but done like this? It's idiocy on a global stage. Even the goal, eliminating all trade deficits, is absurd. You'll always run deficits with some countries. Sometimes you just buy more from them. That's not betrayal. That's trade. If I buy snacks from a corner store every day and the store never buys anything from me, am I losing? No, I got the snacks. They got the money. And I think deep down he knows this, or he could, but he won't let himself. Because if trade is mutual, if exchange can be win-win, then his whole worldview collapses. Trump isn't operating on logic, he's operating on belief. And his belief is that the only currency that matters is power. So he clings to a worldview where someone always has to lose, where connection is weakness, cooperation is surrender, control is strength. That's not economics. It's willful blindness, fear dressed up as strategy. Tariffs are the costume. Dominance is the show. And the danger is, we've seen this show before. In the Gilded Age, tariffs weren't tactical, they were structural. There was no income tax. The government ran on tariffs. So the rich got richer, the poor paid more, inequality exploded, corruption thrived, the economy was protectionist and rigged. Then came World War I. After the war, we saw the Roaring Twenties, but then in response to a huge economic downturn in 1930, Herbert Hoover passed the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, which taxed over 20,000 imports, a desperate attempt to protect American jobs. Instead, it triggered global retaliation. Exports collapsed, the Great Depression deepened. Then came World War II. The bed we lie on determines how we wake. When nations wall themselves off, when they hoard wealth, what follows isn't security, it's suspicion. It's nationalism, it's blame. It's the belief that the problem isn't inside the system, it's outside your borders. And when economic pain meets that kind of rhetoric, you don't get stability. You get scapegoating, othering, and eventually bloodshed. Each time the world turned inward, each time we chose isolation over interdependence, we didn't become safer. We became unstable, and we made the world more dangerous. This is not the time for history to rhyme. Now, I'll be honest, writing this, I hesitated to use the word globalism. It's been weaponized, turned into a slur, and yes, global trade has real problems. Inequality, exploitation, the race to the bottom. But here's the thing, globalism isn't a conspiracy. It's a current, because at our core, we are expansionary. Like it or not, we are all globalists. If you make something, a product, a story, a song, you don't just want it to sit in a drawer, you post it. You sell it online, you ship it across borders, you build a brand, you translate captions, you hire help, you run ads in places you've never been. And let's be honest, you're also going to try to make it cheaper. You just are. Because scale demands efficiency, margins matter. And eventually, the logic of global connection and expansion finds you whether you asked for it or not. You don't do that because you're part of some elite globalist cabal. You do it because you made something worth sharing, because reaching others is a form of meaning and a form of growth. So, if globalism is inevitable, then let's make it just. Because the problem isn't that we trade, it's that we trade in ways that leave too many people behind, that treat workers as costs, that prioritize scale over dignity, that move faster than our safety nets were ever built to handle. So let's build better ones. Universal basic income to cushion the shocks of disruption. Shorter work weeks to spread opportunity across more people. Portable benefits so health and security don't vanish when a job does. Tax automation and use the revenue to retrain, reimagine, and reinvest. Regulate AI before it replaces more than it empowers. The answer to the chaos of globalism is not retreat, it's imagination. I haven't made a video in a while because I was in Mexico getting married to the love of my life. And it was there I realized something. Trade isn't just economic, it's human. I was born in Iran, my wife was born in Trinidad. We both came to Canada as kids, and that night, surrounded by our families and friends in a foreign country, different cultures, different languages, different food, our wedding wasn't a compromise. It was a collaboration. It would not exist in a closed-off world, or a tariffed one. It reminded me that the best things we create happen when we connect. Even art shows us this. Music evolves when cultures mix. Fashion, film, food, they grow through exchange. We are wired to reach across borders, not just for survival, but for meaning. Trump's tariffs, his isolationism, his fear-based politics, they aren't just misguided, they are a vision of the dark. And trade at its best, when it's fair, when it's creative, when it's human, is a vision of the light. So don't retreat. Don't buy the lie. Don't let him win. Vote. Not just against the man, but against the mindset. Wherever you are, don't give power to those who preach fear, retreat, and control. Learn the policies that actually make trade more fair, more human, more worker-centered, and vote for the people who support those policies, and when they win, demand they uphold their promises. Get involved. Volunteer, or better yet, run for something. Local, regional, global. Be part of the generation that doesn't fear the future, but builds it. It's time for a new light to emerge, and it won't come from the people who led us into the dark. Finally, make something. Start a business, start a podcast, write a song, build a bridge, let it travel, let it cross borders. Show the world that creativity doesn't shrink when it's shared, it expands. It's why I started making these videos. I simply felt compelled to speak out. I couldn't stay silent. I had to sing my song, and I want to hear yours. This isn't just about policy. This is about the future. So stand up, speak up, make something, run for something, and fight for the light.